Hey, welcome to Big Catch Fishing, Mississippi. We're fishing the tail end of the summertime, and these fish ought to be getting ready to eat. All right, there's my jig and weight. One of them's following it. If we can get it in focus, there he is.
Got that one. Right off the top of that. That's got to be a catfish. No, that's a good crappie. Dang. Got it. First fish.
Now that's the way to start the day. This is a nice looking big black crappie. Looks like he got caught before. Had a little place on his mouth there.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good one. It's like 14.25. We're letting them go today. Get back in there. It's a good one, man. All right, let's see what we got. Number one.
There's a good looking fish sitting right on top of that branch. My jig and weight are coming to it. I bring it on top of the fish and then kind of drop it down, and that big guy follows it down and ends up eating it. Keep an eye on him. He's about to come down there and get it right about now.
Got that one right under the boat. Couple minutes. It's a nice white crappie. 13 inches. Number two. Get back in there. Number two.
There's my jig and weight. I'm gonna bring it right on top of that branch and brush. See if one of them will come up and eat it. Oh yeah, there he is right there.
Got that one. He couldn't resist it. He dumped it too. Not too big. Oh, easy. I'm gonna have to do surgery on you. Goodness, he wanted that. See what we got here. He's got to be over 11 and a half. Black crappie, 11 and a half. Get back over there.
I know it breaks people's hearts for me to release these fish because they are so good to eat, but I didn't have a chance to clean them. There's my jig and weight.
Got that one. He came up and nabbed it. 143. There's a bunch of them in there too. Hopefully I'll get a couple more. And then we're moving. They like that monkey puke, man. That's that color. 11 3/4. Black crappie, 11 3/4. Nice one. Look at that dude. Get back in there. Okay, that should be number 4. Let's see if we can't get back in there.
Okay, find that sweet spot again.
Oh yes, we're in perfect position.
Cast my jig and weight out there and see if another one will get it. There's my jig and weight coming down to him. I'm gonna ease my jig right above him, see if one of them will grab it. One of them's about to.
Oh, I missed that one. Dang.
Oh well. Get that jig on there again and throw it back out ASAP. Okay, there's my jig and weight coming down to them. Let's see if one of these mugs will eat it. Oh yeah, right there. He's about to get it.
That sucker came up and nabbed it. He wanted that. Get up here, little fella. He ain't no little fella. That's a big one. Goodness gracious, let's do it. Easy. Man, this is a toad. Size 14. Just over 14 inches. Look at that one. Black crappie. Nice one. 14 and a quarter. Alright, here's the setup. I got this 7'2" Berkeley C-Series Crappie Pro 7'2". It's like 40 bucks at Walmart. And I got my 10-pound test monofilament Daiwa Fuego 2500 series. And I have got an 1/8 ounce bullet weight pegged. I think the bullet weight's better. It makes less resistance coming through the water. Got it pegged. And a little 64th ounce trout magnet jig head. And I got the Wild Willie's monkey puke. They are loving this color. I don't know how to describe it. It's like monkey milk, but it's awesome. It's got some gold flecks, black flecks, pearl, a little bit of pink. This is the Little Minnow 1.75, and I trimmed off part of the tail. That's my setup. We are sitting in the honey hole.
Okay, there's the jig and weight. We're still fishing on that same brush pile, bringing it right into that sweet spot again. There's my jig and weight. You can barely see it. One of them's gonna get it right there.
Got that one. He nailed it. Man, they are eating it up. Oh, I got off right there. Dang. It's probably about 11.5 incher. See if we can catch a couple more, and then we got to move to a new spot.
Okay, there's my jig and weight coming down. I'm going to try to get it back into that same sweet spot. Sometimes you can load the boat when you get that spot on the spot. Alright. I brought it through there, no takers. You can barely see the jig and weight. I'm going to keep bringing it up that branch. No takers. So, I'm going to cast it back out there again. I wanted to scan out a little bit to make sure I was lined up the way I wanted to be lined up. Alright, there's my cast. You can see it dropping down to the structure. Keep dragging it through there, and maybe one of these dudes will bite it. Alright. Get it lined up there. No takers. So I'm going to cast it out there again.
Let's catch us another.
This time of year is kind of tough. You just got to keep making multiple casts. And if they just quit biting altogether, you got to move. You might want to try to change the color a couple times. Anyway, there's my jig and weight dropping down. One of them's chasing it already. He has got it right there.
Got that one. He could not resist. Oh, this is small. He's still 11.5 probably. Oh, easy little dude. I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna let you go. Almost 11.5. Black crappie, 11.5. If you get it right there in that sweet spot, they are gonna eat it up.
Okay, I'm still on that same spot, same brush pile, a little bit different angle, and bringing it over the top of that branch. There's a nice fish right there. Couldn't get him to bite it. One of them came up and started to chase it. Got to keep lining it up. There's a couple nice fish under that branch. No takers, so I'm gonna reel it in and throw it back out there again. Had to readjust the weight, get it back out there in a hurry. Okay, there's my cast, about 24 feet from the boat. One of these fish gets it and holds on to it. I didn't even realize he had it, but he's got it right there.
Got that one. He came and nailed it. It's a little bit better. Look at that. He's close to 12. $11 3/4. Black crappie. Back in there.
Okay, I moved on to another brush pile. Looks like there's a bunch of fish sitting on top of that. And there's my jig and weight dropping down to him. And one of them's about to hit it. He did not waste any time. He's got it right there.
Got that one. Oh my goodness, he's a good one. Let's hang out here for a minute. Look at the size of that toad, man. That's what I'm talking about. $12 1/2. Like a crappie, 12 1/2 incher. Nice. Get back in there, dude.
Okay, there's some good looking fish. Got to get my soft plastic lined up. They're sitting right on top of that structure. I think they're crappie. I'm going to flip it out there to them, see if one of them will hit it. And one of them definitely hits it right there.
Got that one. He nailed it. Came up and got it. Get up here, big fella. That's that big one. Look at. Sucker's over. I'm at 13 3/4. Got the nose up against there, 13 3/4. Almost 14-inch black crappie. Look at that sucker. Get in there. I can get this out. Phew.
Okay, we're still working over the same brush pile. There's fish on it, and they're still biting. So I'm gonna hang out for a while and try to catch a few more. There's my jig and weight. Bring it on top of them. And if you see individual fish, I target them sometimes, but when they are lined up on the brush piles like this, I find I do better if I just cast to the structure and kind of reel above the fish in the structure to trigger a bite. Later on in the year, when the fish are suspended and in open water, it's much easier to target individual fish, at least to me. Okay, so I cast out there again, bringing it on top of those fish. Now I'm dropping it down to that little pod of fish right there. Not sure what kind of fish they are. One of them looks like he's about to eat it, and he has got it right there.
He couldn't resist it.
Let's see if it's a crappie.
I thought those were brim.
They didn't look very big on the screen.
Crappies. Hazy, man. Hazy. Sucker's not even. Almost 11 1/2. Right up against there. Oh, black crappie. 11 1/2.
Those fish didn't look very big on the screen. But still, 11 1/2 inch crappie or so. That's not a bad keeper size crappie. Alright, there's my jig and weight. I'm going to bring it to them again. See if one of these mugs will eat it. Okay, you can see my jig and weight. I'm bringing it on top of that structure. See if one of them will eat it. One of them's about to right there. Yes.
He came up and nailed it. That's got to be a catfish. Got off, thank goodness. Oh, that might have been a crappie. There's no slime.
Chunk it back out there again. There's a bunch of fish scattered through there. You can see my jig and weight. I'm not sure what species those are, but I'm going to keep trying to see if I can get another crappie. Oh, looks like one of them bit it right there. I missed it. I'm going to recast it. that soft plastic lined up and get it out there. Gotta scan around, look for a good angle. There's my jig and weight dropping down to him. This looks like one of them's got it. Yep. Oh, missed it. Oh my goodness. So, get that plastic lined up on the hook. Cast it back out there. And try to catch a hog. Alright, there's my jig and weight. Those look like smaller fish in that brush pile. But I'm gonna keep working through there. Looks like one of them's got it.
They came up and nabbed it.
Oh, that's the wrong species.
Oh man, that's a big old bluegill. A copper-nosed bluegill. Look at that. Copper-nosed bluegill. See the copper on the nose right there? Get in there, dude.
There's my jig and weight. I keep bringing it through the fish, through the structure, I mean. You can trigger one of these to bite it. Alright, there's my jig and weight. Bringing it right on top of that structure. Don't really see any fish. Sometimes they'll come up. There's one right there on the... Looks like he's coming up to look at it right under that brush. You can see him kind of following it. Oh, he got it.
He nabbed it. Couldn't really see it. It was right under that log. He wanted to get some of that wild willies. Sure enough did. 13.5-inch black crappie.
Okay, there's my jig and weight. Can't really see fish. You can see them underneath there faintly. One of them's gonna get it.
That one got it. Easy, easy, easy. They're all good ones. 13-inch black crappie. Back in there, dude. Catch another one of your friends.
So I'm gonna put it out there again. There's my jig and weight dropping down. A lot of times the fish will just show up as little bumps on top of the structure. So just keep reeling it through up, and one of them will eventually eat it. Like right about now, one of them's gonna get it.
That one came up and nabbed it. Get up here. Black crappie. Couldn't resist. 12.5-inch.
This fish was actually bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Black crappie. Get back in there, dude.
Those last couple fish I didn't have my chest camera on, so I couldn't show you the measurement. But at any rate, there's my jig and weight, bringing it through the fish. And at 14 feet, you're going to be able to see one of them's about to eat it. Right there. He's got it.
He came up and got it. Hope that's a crappie. It's a crappie. It's a good one, too. Get up here, dude. Couldn't resist. Easy, fella. Fixing to let you go. Got his nose up against there. 13.5. Black crappie. Look at that dude right there. Yes. Boom.
Okay, now I've got my chest camera hooked up again. There's my jig and weight. Dropping down. I think we moved to a new brush pile here. You can see the jig and weight. Looks like he's got it. Yes.
I sure wouldn't have jumped. Oh, like 10.5 inch little black crappie. Let's let him go.
You see my jig and weight dropping down to him. Alright, there's a nice little pod of fish about 6 feet from the boat. I'm going to leave it right on top of him right about now. Twitch it around a little bit, see if one of them will eat it. Okay, can't really see the jig and weight, but it's in with a mess of fish right there. So I'm going to reel it up, chunk it out there again. There's some fish about 22 feet from the boat, right on top of that branch. My jig and weight are coming to them. No takers, so I'm going to keep reeling it through the structure. Alright, there's my jig and weight. One of them's about to get it. Right there. Yes, he's got it.
That one got it. Came up and had to get a bite of that wild Willis. About 8 feet out. Barely see it. That dude's 12 and almost 12 and a half. Black crappie. Get him there. 18.
Hey, we had a good day. Ended up catching 18 fish. Let them all go today. Some of them were really good ones. This time of year can be really tough, but just keep on fishing. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.